Today we're planting the food plots that I mowed off here the other day. I just showed up here on at the spot. There's that on the tractor. Here's the pup. He wanted to ride in the bed. Philip's out there disking them up right now. And we're gonna seed them up and fertilize them. I'm gonna try to get it done before it gets real hot, and then we got a couple of stands I'm gonna move around. Got this plot here with a box blind on it. Then we're gonna have another plot all the way down there on that end. There's a stand down there I'm gonna move. And come over here. We're gonna have one all the way down there with a stand covering it. Hopefully get some deer coming in here. I've had mineral and corn out for a couple months feeding, just trying to get pictures. I've had mineral out since back in the winter time, trying to boost the herd health. I'm not getting much on camera. It's kind of disturbing, honestly, but we are gonna try to make the best of it, try to make a go of it, and push come shove, there's always public ground, but I'll try to make the best of what we got. Alright, just got this plot seeded. I seeded the majority of it, and out there where Dad's at on the tractor, I seeded that in biologic deer plot mix. And then up here about 30 yards out from the stand, this is all biologic green patch plus, and a new tried out called Domain seeds. And it's a mix that's got turnips and radishes and kale in it. The big chunk of this out here is all winter wheat, and then everything close to the stand is radishes and brassicas and stuff like that. I kind of, and then I do my little clover kill plot that's about 20 yards from the stand. Just go back and forth real quick and lay a little carpet of clover down right there in front of the stand. But that food plot there turned up like a lettuce bed. I'm afraid the rest of them are not gonna be so lucky with. The ground's pretty hard. We went for a stretch there where we had a ton of rain, and now we haven't had rain for a little while. We're supposed to have rain again, I think Wednesday, and this is Monday now, September the 1st, believe it or not, Labor Day. And Dad's out there right now. He's putting fertilizer on it with the tractor, and hopefully we get some rain on it and germinate real quick, and we're way late planting them this year. These really should have been put in the middle of August, but it just kind of is what it is. A good spot, there's a pond right there, and deer just come along this fence line and will come right out here into the food plot. And we're in that stand, and then of course rifle season, it's from that box blind way up there on top of that hill, and that's where we cover it from with a gun. But it's a good spot. This is the one spot that I actually have hope of somebody shooting something out of. Everything else I'm not really so sure about, but this spot I kind of got high hopes of. This plot here, as you can see, did not work up near as good. This ground is super hard. I mean, Phil tilled it with a big disc down there, but it did not break up very good at all. Dad's out there walking this one on. Philip's down there behind him, down at the other long food plot. Philip's down at the long plot, and we don't really have a name for this food plot here yet. We've actually never had one up here on this far up this slope. The other one down there, We're just gonna call it the pond plot, just because of it's right by the big pond. But these two plots here, I don't know. The one down there that Philip's working on, we've killed a lot of deer out of over the years. But I also have seen a ton of deer cross up here into this section. So I'm thinking having food up here may be good. It gives us an option to be able to hunt this box blind that you currently can't see because of all the thick stuff. Right there it is. An option to hunt that during bow season that we really never had before. Used to, this was all like CRP grass, and it was just catching those deer crossing back and forth from the CRP. By some chance that one would come out of these woods over here behind me and kind of angle down this way towards the food plot, the long food plot down here at the other end. But this year we actually have an option. We can sit in that box blind. Gives us kind of another option for inclement weather, or on the occasion that we do get snow during bow season, which I have seen happen before, few and far between. But the way this year's been, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get a little snow. Well, this particular spot actually turned up really good. It just had a lot of rocks in it, but turned up really nice. I'm gonna come in here and probably put a stand right there in that big oak tree. We used to have a stand there years ago, and probably put a stand there, and then I don't know if we'll put one. I've already got one down on this other end down here. But this is a good spot. This spot's kind of old faithful. We've seen a lot of deer have been shot at in this particular area. This is a spot I missed a couple does in it last year with the bow, but hit limbs. This year I'm gonna try to make sure I don't miss. But we're really backing off the doe killing this year, just because I only killed 2 last year, and that was, kind of for our whole family. But there's total probably 14 killed off of here, so they've been hit hard enough for a while. Well, I got public ground out here I can use for my doe killing. And I've also got spotting down in Arkansas that I think I'm gonna go try to hit. It's got a lot of, put a camera out. Had somebody put the camera out for me yesterday. I was already getting deer pictures about 3 hours after they put it up. So we are looking forward and hopeful to season. It's right around the corner. I'm leaving for Kentucky for my elk hunt in about 2.5 weeks. And right before that's when reduction zone opens up, so I'm gonna be hunting that early. Missouri opens up the 15th, and Arkansas opens up sometime around that time. So I'm gonna be hunting possibly 4 different states this year. I haven't decided yet on Missouri. That one's still up in the air, but looks like definitely thinking Arkansas, Kentucky, and here. So a lot of traveling this year. I'm gonna try to get some good footage and share some hunts. But one of my favorite parts about season is getting out here and getting the tractors and putting the plots in, watching them grow, and slipping an arrow or to a big old buck out of one of them later this year. Somebody's out there having too much fun. Here, boy. Come here. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Weather is really unseasonably cool. For the 1st of September, it's supposed to be a high like 75 or 77 today, which is unheard of around here for the first part of September. I mean, usually about June it turns off to 80s and 90s and it stays 80s and 90s, but this year it's been cooler. We've had a ton of wet weather, and I mean, that's why we used to up this section, and it was just from here down the length of this field to down here, and we never worried about putting anything up there on that end. But this year this is so wet, and it's still wet just because it's kind of down off in this little bowl here. And I mean, it was wet enough that I didn't try to mow it off with the lawnmower when I come in here and done that, just because. And then when Philip come in with the disc, he didn't disc it because he was afraid of getting down off. I mean, there's a couple of low spots down here still holding water, and he didn't want to get down off in one of those and bury the tractor down off in it. So we're doing something a little different this year. This is not exactly our usual food plot architecture, but I'm kind of excited about it. I think we can make something work with it. So looking forward to season.